actually 3 events involving the ghost ship. Okay? There's the first one. Lidai released a statement calling Suvi to return to the battleship and any crew to Lidai's possession. If witness reports are accurate, the Raven matches the description of the LDSS Archeo's Promise, flagship of the Wormhole Expedition, which went missing nearly a decade ago. A single Raven retrofitted to function as a laboratory hardly constitutes a threat, even to the Peace and Order unit. Among the missing were nearly 6,000 employees and research vessel and escorts. While Suvi has declined to release details about the ship or potential presence of crew, they did release a brief statement reading in part, as the vessel in question qualifies as salvage under applicable state law, Sukavesta Corporation will retain custody of the vessel and maintain primary interest in its disposition. In a move emphasizing outgoing political realignments in the state, Calico Corporation, nominally Lidai's fellow Patriot Bloc member, quickly released a statement in support of Suvi's position. The move by KK suggests Lidai would have no easy time of it should they choose to escalate. So, if it is empty with no one in it, it is salvage. And I'm pretty sure, Riley, you already know this part. So, given the fact that it is abandoned, it is salvage, which is qualified as salvage under applicable state law. Okay? Is there a further follow-up here? I don't think so. No. Next, when Agard wins her presidency, Archero's Promise situation unclear as Lidai Suvi bring in Kirkin Risks Control Specialist. Oh, wait. No, I skipped. Wrong order. Because that's 5-7. This is 5-11. So this is 4 days later. So, sorry. Here we see not ruling out theory Triglavian subversion operation behind February attacks. CBT Gazette notes legal hiatus in case of LDSS Archeo's Promise. Reports of strange developments in Lidai Sukavesta dispute. Followed up by that one that I just read, bringing in Kirkin Risk Control Specialists. That is the last we heard about them. But it's not the end. Or it's not, this is the last we've heard about this particular battleship. So 2025-11. Let's look up when Derail starts being talked about. Derail is founded Ah. 2 months prior, actually, to this event. Okay? So they're having issues enough that Concord has developed a secret department, or a new department, rather. Is this Derail? Derail. There it is. Despite the appearance of advanced artificial intelligence is being used in contravention of the Uli Accord, the PK and Interstellar Consortium has responded to criticisms along the lines of by noting the certification of restricted AI compliance it has received from Concord's Department of Enforcement and Restriction of on Artificial Intelligence and Life, Derail. So, then we get, let's see, 2020. What else happens in 2020? Anything else happens in 2020? Oh, no, these are all 2021. Hold on. Yeah. So these are all a year later. Derail doesn't actually show up until a year later. Is that right? That seems right. So we get Derail showing up. So a year after this ghost ship it comes in. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll let you guys see my poking around at the chron. You're right. Sorry. So Derail gets put in as this anti-AI division. And they begin to work in Yagalis. Looking, specifically operating about illegal AI, ancient technology, illegal precursor artifacts. I have a whole video called the Ugali situation, right? But who got brought in the end? Oh, God, I'm losing places. Yeah, here we go. So let's look up Kirkin Risks Control. Kirkin Risk Control raided, destroyed the Kainoke pit. Garissus pirates reportedly hijacked shipment of archaeological artifacts from Kirkin Risk Control in Ojanen system. Which is in Caldari space. What? Let's see. Is it close to anything important or noteworthy? I don't see anything that jumps out to me. Maybe. But either way. And situation unclear as they bring in to the Archeo's promise. And then finally, oh, no, Mortis Legion used them there. But is this not right? Hold on. Didn't they bring in Kirkin until... Oh, Ojanen is the gateway to Gemini? Shoot. Maybe it didn't get pulled. Hold on. Let's look it up here. Ah. I think this is going to be it. Ishikone Watch hires Kirkin Risk Control for counter-subversion and anti-terrorist operations in the Pegalar constellation, which is where Yagalis is. So they've been brought in now on whatever's happening in Yagalis. So I think what I'm trying to say is that all of these things stitch together, right? Whatever was alive but not alive on the ghost ship that caused the salvage to be brought into question is likely related to a lot of this other War of a Million Lies kind of stuff that's going on. Maybe not. But my point is that this is the thing. It's just like people say, oh, why won't they do something with the drifters? Why won't they do something with the all of these plot lines are all advancements of each other, right? Like the Triglavians are Drifter lore. There's not a, you can't separate the two. So advancements in Triglavians is the next chapter of Drifter lore, as it were. So we're just going to have to see what we're ready for. And again, this, as I've said many times, I feel like they're just piling up powder into the box to be able to light it when they need to, with the understanding that likely everything's on hold until the shooter's ready to be shown. It's part of the Thucker crew that got lost in the wormhole. What? No. Nope. What? The Thucker crew is the Vollakat caravan, which, by the way, going all the way back to the beginning here, in Sine Wave Alpha, look what caravan of Thucker was operating to help deal with, or working with, the SOE and the Drifter Tech. This makes sense because it was a member of Vollakat who helped the Sisters of Eve find Thera in Eye of the Needle. Eye of the Needle. In Eye of the Needle, stop. We have a member of a guy who comes from the Vollakat caravan, but he now is part of the other group that took in the Vollakat caravan. What happened to the Vollakat caravan, might you ask? Well, the Apocrypha event happened to the Vollakat caravan. So one of the caravans of the Thuckers were basically completely engulfed in one of the explosions, or something happened that made them disappear. And ultimately they found a freighter. I think it's a freighter, right? Freighter. Yeah. They find a nomad that ends up belonging to the Vollakat. Oh yeah, Lakat Haro. That's the other one. Oh no, it was the Lakat Haro that was the one that disappeared. It's the Vollakat that is the modern one that exists now after the Lakat Haro disappeared. So the Lakat Haro's freighter appears in this one wormhole, Candidate 6, I think it is. And then the data in that freighter gives them the coordinates that leads them to the 7th candidate, which is sensors indicate several outer planets of various types in the inner zone of numerous terrestrials. The innermost pair of planets show signs of shattering similar to that seen in previous candidate locations. This system stands out as extremely capacious, and probes are returning multiple wormhole signatures. Could this be Lucky 7? This is the discovery of Thera. This chronicle I've already read. You can go find it on my YouTube. But, so this group of Thucker tribesmen, the former members of, oh yeah, by the way, if you go into Thera and you go to one of the sites, you can find wreckages from the Lakat Haro caravan in Thera. So that's worth noting too, possibly. But either way, these Lakat Haro guys are, Vollakat are more or less obsessed with trying to find their lost people. And so they've become more obsessed with wormhole space and that kind of stuff, and working with the sisters, which lead to them helping with Project Discovery in the release of the Alpha clones, which is why you see him showing up in Sine Wave Alpha. In fact, I think it's really funny because I personally believe that in that story, the Lydai representative is a cover agent. We know that to be true. In fact, we get more information about that in Omega, I'm pretty sure. But the Thucker guy, like he says, oh, you're using your old cover. I actually think that dude's actually just Vollakat. and he just lied to him about his cover. Like, it's not a cover. That's actually who he is. He is that guy. And he really did, like, his objective was he was trying to advance this technology and understanding of drifter tech, because the Thucker are pretty obsessed with drifter tech. We saw that in Valkyrie when it was the Thucker tribe facility that had the information that was showing that they were tracking Drifter Hive themselves. So already interested in Drifter Tech. And then tied into the Alpha Clone technology thing. Not just any Thuckers, but specifically this specific tribe. Which leads me to believe that that dude in that story is actually who he says he is. More or less. Isn't it crazy how, like, everything wraps back on itself? Even in this conversation, everything just kind of keeps going back to the previous points. It's one of the things I really, really love about this stuff. And I wish I wasn't the only person that talked about this and researched it.